Hey guys, Meebs here, going to give you a quick tutorial on how to make a Buttery keyframe clip. And so we're here at the South Miami Senior High School stairs. There's Achilles over there working on his clips. And right here, I got a kickflip Smith down this rail, and I'm going to show you guys how I'd film this fisheye. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the left bumper and the right trigger to bring down the replay clip. And also make sure you have your camera in free mode. And use keyframes off to start. So we're going to trim this clip to just what I want, which is that last trick, or it just can just the general end of the area. So I think like that's like it. And then you use the arrow, use the D-pad arrow to go from the start to the finish. So I'm going to start from the back because I know that's where it ended. And there's my clip. So this whole section, oh, I cut it a little early. I cut it a little early, but we'll still make it do. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to set up my first keyframe. I'm going to think about how am I going to film this. If this was a real life spot and I was filming this for my homie, how would I film this? And I would be like, okay, I'd be set up on the stairs and he would come in and I'd watch him go over here and I'd probably get up close to the rail and then we'd film it looking down the rail. So I kind of just map it out in my head and then I do the first keyframe, which would be this right here. Usually the camera's like looking down at the stairs, like you watch a skate video, like it looks down at the stairs, right? And then usually I do like the first two of like the approach, because then so it's like, all right, I'm holding the camera, I'm lifting the camera up, and I'm pointing it at the skater now. So that way I'm getting him in frame, so I'm gonna get a little bit closer. And I'm not gonna do any tilty stuff, but if you want to, you can use the right bumper and the right stick to tilt the camera. I like to do that, acquired taste. But we'll just kind of do it straight up here. So I'm going to move in for this next keyframe. So I got two keyframes now. I'm going to hit use keyframes, and I'm going to watch that back. I go, okay, that's smooth. All right, so now he's going to do the trick, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to go back to that mental image in my head. I'm going to say, okay, the very last one, like the very last, like how I want the clip to end, is looking down the rail, and he's rolling away. So I want it to end like this, and we're kind of like looking down here. So now when I hit use keyframes, it'll be out of whack. But essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit use keyframes. I'm going to say, okay, this point right here, I need to fix that. So I am going to hit the use keyframes to off and then reposition myself and get myself in the frame. We're going to bump up a little bit and we're going to hit boom, add keyframe, and then turn on use keyframes. There we go. So we can see we got that part. Now we need to fix this part. I'm going to hit use keyframes, go back to off, and we're going to follow. We're going to zoom up a little bit. So we're going to get how I want that, and then we're going to hit keyframe. Watch that back. Now now this is where you got to make sure like you're not running into the board, you're not clipping into it, but just making little adjustments. And now I can watch this all the way back. And it's a smooth shot. It's a smooth shot with just those little adjustments. I'm going to make a couple more because I like this. I like this. I like this. And then you can see like the speed kind of changes. It's like this was a quick motion. So I'm going to watch that back. I'm going to get, okay. This one I went a little too early on, I think. Actually, yeah. We'll just, we'll use keyframes off. And I'm going to go a little bit closer. Watch it back. Boom. So this whole entire time, I just basically, I set up the beginning, I set up the end, mapped it out in my head, and then used keyframes on. And then I go, oh, I need to fix that. Keyframes off, fix it, set your frame. And you want to space it out. If you put them too close together, sometimes it gets a little wonky, but you can also use that for your advantage. So that's my little tutorial. Turn off the overlay stuff. Boom. I also do my replay editor back in 50%. If you hit F7 and you go to other replay playback speed, set that to 0.5, and you'll get slow-mo replays. It's just easier to work with that. And then if you film it at half speed and you speed it up in your editor, you can automatically increase your frame rate just because you filmed it in slow-mo and then you speed it up, you get more frames. that. Alright, that's the video. Bye.